It's not a trip, this is how I feel. Pop champagne, I'ma do it for the thrill. Escape with me, I'm saying it may be. We could take off and then land on a jet ski. Baby, I hold you tight. Top shelf with it.
Let me tell y'all something. Do
Let me tell
not
you
go get a
something. Let me tell you
massage
something.
if you have gas.
Gassica.
I didn't know I had gas. And maybe it was because of how she was like,
This was it, Stacy?
no, okay. So now
Yeah,
I
where
finally,
were you
so now I finally,
yesterday? Where were you?
Where was Rachel?
Now you can finally talk to me. Dang.
Oh, not too much on me.
You weren't trying to talk
No,
to
what
me.
had happened was, every month, especially around the same time, my appointments come up. So
Your apartment.
my feet was yesterday. I was supposed to get adjusted Thursday, but I didn't. My back was tight. My back was hurting. And this muscle right here has just been strained, almost as if like all of a sudden my head is too heavy for my neck or something.
And don't even bring that up, because if I start focusing on that too much, I'm gonna have a bad day.
Right.
Like if you think about your neck holding up your head, you'll have a bad day. You will. You will.
That's so funny,
It'll
but
start
like
to feel like it's too
it
much.
had been sore, and I'm like, is it my pillow? Because my chiropractor, like I have a bow tie pillow to support my neck, but I'm thinking I need a new pillow now because it used to work. Needless to say, the massage therapy appointment was for today. So once we decided to film, I'm like, crap, it's at 4:00. What am I gonna do?
Yeah,
My
you
back
did
really
say.
hurts. Like I need a massage bag.
Oh, so that makes sense why you went like somewhere else. How was
Right.
that? Because
So-
we spoiled over there with us.
We spoiled with that, but let me just tell you something. The minute I went in there, I had a moment. I was like, wait, I think these are the people where when I came in, he was like karate chopping me so much I felt sore when I left.
Oh.
She was like, have you been here before? I was like, yeah, I think I have. I almost turned around.
I don't like too hard.
But I said,
touches.
Rachel, you need a massage. It could have been the other place. I went in there as the lady's massaging my back. She's just like, you are so tight. You're so tight. She says, you really need 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
what you really need is a stretch session.
oh, I probably do.
Like
I probably do.
specifically.
And at first I told her no. And then the more she massaged, I was like, I don't need her rushing through my back. Like I could feel all the knots. And I'm like, Rachel, why are you tripping off of 30 more minutes? Because I really just wanted to get home. And then I told her, I said, go ahead, do the 90 minutes. Do you know that's the first time, and I thought about you, but I got to tell Shari about this. It's the first time I got hot stones.
You did hot stone? I always wondered about
She said,
that.
the minute she pulled it out,
she
said, well, I don't know if that's just how they do it. Because when she asked me, here's the thing. I don't mind paying for things, especially things that are nice. But I also don't like going somewhere and they just do stuff and then tell me later it was extra.
It's because it feels like you tried to pull the wool over.
Right.
My
She was
eyes.
like, okay,
well,
now I'm about to go get the stones.
Like, just tell me.
Yeah, she said, now I'm about to go get the stones. I said, wait a minute, is that extra? When she first started, though, she had a blanket on my back and she was just like pressing my back. She was doing a lot. I said, this is the most talking I've ever done going to get a massage. So my face is down. You can barely hear me. I said, are you going to use oil? She laughed. She said, of course I am. She had an accent. She's like, yes, I am. But I guess she was just doing her preliminaries.
Yeah.
So then when it came to the stone, she said, no, it comes with it. Shari, it's a different experience.
Ooh.
It's your favorite? Like, I'm going to start getting stones. It feels, first of all, they're hot. And your muscles need that to like loosen up.
I'm doing it.
It was the best thing. And I said, Shari would like this. When I tell you that lady was meant for me.
I'm doing it.
The way she stretched me, she was meant for me. This side be tore up.
Yeah.
The way she pushed and tugged, she got on the other side of the thing and pulled me this way. I said, yes, all the things.
Yeah.
All the things. So it was
I
good.
love stuff like that.
It was good. Even though it wasn't my regular Stacy, and I'm not going to abandon Stacy. I think I'm just going to start telling Stacy, I think you need to start doing 90 minutes.
Perhaps. Why are you?
I do, because now that I've done 90 minutes twice, I realize that an hour is really short.
Sometimes I be feeling cut short.
So why you let yourself feel cut short?
I don't know. Also, like I kind of fall asleep sometimes, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, like I don't be ready to get up. I know how you feel about falling asleep during massage. You're like, oh, I missed it. Like you had said that before. You were like,
I didn't fall asleep yesterday. But it was because I was focused, I think. I think it was a thing of, I was in a new place.
You have to be ready to defend to advocate for yourself. Like, I hate that. Like,
you have to be ready to defend yourself.
There's nothing worse than getting a service and you feel like the entire time, if you don't advocate for yourself, like it'll go wrong.
And do you know,
Like,
That's
why
what
is that? Like, I just feel like that shouldn't be the norm. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Of
I
course,
know.
in any situation, you're gonna have to advocate for yourself. Sure, fine, but like for the whole to be on to a point where it's like if I let up for a second, something
But you
that
know what it is, Shari? I think it goes back to people pleasing. Like when you're people pleasing,
yeah,
you don't
yeah,
really like, you're not really ruffling any feathers. You're just kind of
sure,
letting things go. But you don't have to like, you can still be somebody that like pleases people, out of
yeah.
choice, but still stand up for yourself.
Yeah, I'm talking about on their end, on the service provider's end. I'm like, why is it with you that if we don't keep you in check, that
Yeah.
you're gonna go rogue? I don't understand that. Like,
Do I
they'll
have
like
to keep
start
you in
doing
check?
things that like they're adding on costs, which is like, I don't. If it's something I like, I'll be like, yeah, rack it on up. But it's like, let me say something. Like,
Let me
let
have
me
a choice
know.
in
Let
that.
me have choices.
At the end of the day, it's about choice.
Yeah, I don't like
Like,
when I feel like people are making a choice for me. I don't like that. Because we
mm.
had like talked about that with some stuff that I won't necessarily divulge right now.
It had to do with me and you?
No, not with me and you, where it was somebody's idea to buy a certain food, right? And I had ended up being the one paying for it and nobody like said anything.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Mind you, I like never mind doing that. Like, remember I had even told you that day, I said, if even if they would have asked me, like, hey, how much was it? I would have been like, don't even worry about it. But it was the fact that nobody cared to ask me and I had just paid for it and it wasn't even my idea to get the food.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It
No
was
one
their idea. They
cared.
were like, let's get this.
Yeah.
So it's like when you had that idea, what was your plan?
Right. It was the fact that no one cared. I think that's what it was. I'm like,
Because they're
y'all
taking you
didn't-
for granted.
yeah, it just felt like a decision was made for me that like I didn't get to choose. Like I didn't get to make the decision. I was like,
That's
okay.
true.
And I didn't say anything. I was just like, okay.
And then you paid for it and you never said anything.
I never said anything because I never minded. I just
So
don't
what's
like
your
not being
adjustment to
considered.
that? Like if you're in that kind of situation again, how are you going to adjust?
I actually don't know because I didn't think about it too much. Like after that happened, I just kind of like let it be because I'm like, I don't know. Also, it was kind of a one-off thing. This is not a person that I'm around that often. So it's
Okay.
like it's not somebody who I'm going to be coming into contact with a lot. Nobody else does that. No one else does that.
Right,
So
right.
I'm like, okay, whatever.
Because my brain
But
went to,
I should have an adjustment for that.
because my
though.
brain is
Like,
thinking like, all right, guys, so how are we going to pay for this? How do we want to do this?
I think that's why I haven't figured out an adjustment because I don't like ask stuff like that ever.
So let me,
Like, for example, like
ooh,
if okay, and I'm gonna say what you're gonna say, and you're gonna say what you're gonna say.
okay.
I don't ask that because if we're doing something and I end up being the one like I'm placing the order, I'm just gonna pay for it because I don't mind. Like Alexis the other day, I got tickets for us for something, and she was like, "How much do I owe you?" I'm like, "Don't say silly things like oh." Like we are friends. If I've got it, I've got it. Like there's no problem. Same with Sakina Val.
No,
what
but
have
to
you.
her defense, she doesn't want to assume. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's a lot of courtesies going on here.
There's a lot of
Like,
courtesies
you're
happening.
trying to like I got you. I got this. You don't got to
Yes.
ask that. But unless a precedence is set for like this is how we roll.
Right.
Sometimes people are not just trying to be that way. They just don't
Yeah.
really know. And I know for me, I wouldn't want somebody to assume that I'm
Very true.
assuming you're gonna pay for it.
Very, very
Like,
true. It's for me, it's when in friendships, because the person who did the thing, it's not like we're not like in a friendship per se. We're not like in a friendship. When it comes to friends, anything that's happening that like I'm paying for in my head, I'm just paying for it. Like we are friends. Like I'm paying for it, period. But I do get on their end when they're just like, oh, like how much did it? My friends are
Right.
considerate. They're considerate.
and
Of course,
see,
they're
that's
gonna
your
ask me.
stance but there are some people who probably would like to do that, but they just can't afford to do that. So then it's like it probably, I guess these are like weird conversations sometimes. Some
Weird
people don't want to have
conversation.
it. But like, y'all, I would love for us to go out. Can you imagine saying, I would love for us to go out to eat, but I can't pay for everybody. I
right.
could only pay for me.
That's
But-
another thing. I love for people to have an ease of experience. So if we're doing something, like I love for everybody, like nobody has to think about anything. It's just like taken care of because you have more fun that way, I feel. So it's like if I can take care of it, let's just take care of it and now let's just like kiki and have a good time. We don't
Tell
have to
me
think.
this though. Do you ever feel pressured? When I say pressured, like,
Mm-mm.
here's what I'm saying. Like, somebody in your position who now you're in a place where you can afford to pay for some things, pay for food, what have you. But how do you feel about like the assumption? Like,
Is that what you were going to ask earlier?
I think that's what this had to do with. Like, do you ever feel funny about that? Like, are people going to assume or?
No. Yeah, okay, yes and no. There is only one person who I have felt that way about, a person who I'm not really around.
That's
often.
who we were just talking
Yes,
about?
a person who I'm never really around. But outside of that, I never feel pressure. What I feel pressure for is the battle that I have to fight to get people to take my my offering. Like if I'm
Yeah.
offering to do something, I'm just like, okay, the minute I offer to do this, like everybody's finna fight me. Everybody's finna fight me. No, 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 no. That's usually the barrier. I would actually prefer like if I just do something, because I won't say it, but then I get found out, and then now we got to have like a conversation about it. I would prefer if I could just like it go under the radar and like no one say a thing and like let's just vibe.
But then how open are you? How open are you to something like that?
Do you think you're really saying something right now or what?
What do you-
Sorry, you said that.
See how
Sorry,
you
no,
automatically-
because
you
you said that.
automatically
And
got
you said,
defensive.
and how open to you are?
How open are you? Because
I'm
I'm
open
thinking,
to it.
like,
I'm
if I'm
open to
if I'm
it.
with you and I'm just like,
Mhm.
I end up doing it. Like, I think I've been in situations
no, I
with
am
you
open
where
to it. No, because I'm usually the one that's like, oh my gosh, you did somebody could do the smallest thing, and I'm like, I can't
Right.
believe so and so.
so just let it flow. Like if I'm doing
No,
it,
but
just
it's
let
like
it.
in a thankful way. Like it's in a thankful way. I'm like, you did such and such. Like thanks.
Like you
Mom."
never do this.
Like
for
no,
me.
literally, I will react to stuff to you as if you've never done it and you've done it our whole life.
Right.
But when people do things, I think it's like nice. When people consider anything, I just think it's like nice or whatever. So I'll do that, but I don't be trying to battle.
Because to be, sorry,
Sorry, it's just because
see how you just did.
I
See what
only
you
had
just
to do
did?
that because you said so.
That's
How
what
do
I'm
you react when
talking
people
about.
do it for you?
That's what I'm talking. No,
Oh.
because you're the one. Like let's just go ahead and put it out there. Birthday. Her birthday's next month.
Ooh.
And
I forgot.
right, yeah, you forgot. That's the issue.
supposed to be
Like
planning. Sydney told
yeah, we have a
me.
good problem. Like Shari's so giving and so what have
Mm.
you. The problem is when it comes to her, she does not make it easy for you to bless her.
I am trying to think about something to do though.
Okay.
Sydney told me.
And so people are asking me, what does Shari want for her birthday? And then Shari, she's laughing, but it's not funny. Shari's getting irritated. She's just like, oh, Mom. I'm like, that's not fair. People want to bless you. Now, do you need anything? No. Even for me, I try to be creative and think like, what is something that it just has more meaning than anything? It doesn't even have to
Yeah.
cost a whole lot.
Part of the problem is like not that it feels like a chore because it's like let's be real, like on the grand scheme of life, thinking about gifts for people to give you, that's not a chore.
Right.
But in my mind, for whatever reason, it's computing as a task because I can't think of what I want. So I'm like, okay, now it's time to like go into the archives or what, like pull something out the back or what.
Yeah.
Like,
And I will say this.
which
Some of it,
which that's fine. You
some
know,
of it is my fault too. Like with the way I raised y'all, it was
expect
like
nothing.
expect
Nobody knows you anything.
nobody
No, I'm
owes
just
you
kidding.
anything.
You
And
never said it in a mean way, though,
like
'cause you
like
always,
really,
like,
I just
gave us
wanted y'all to
stuff.
be givers and not worrying about taking.
Yeah.
How I used to have y'all go through your stuff and what are you gonna give
Mhm.
away? It's almost Christmas time. You ain't getting nothing. Till
You
you
ain't getting
start
jack.
purging and don't just
Purge
give
before you
raggedy stuff.
merge.
Give stuff that's in really good condition and even give something that you kind of really like.
Yeah, you used to
But
do
you
that. You'd
can
be like,
do-
you have to give away one thing that you like and that you would like to keep, but you have to give it away.
Yeah,
And we'd be
because
like,
I just
"Okay."
wanted y'all to have that spirit of giving.
Mhm.
But what I
You
realized,
weren't mad at it either.
you weren't mad. Yeah, y'all
Come to
were
think
y'all
of
were
it, as
good about
kids,
it.
I'm like, me and Sydney weren't mad at all.
Y'all were good with
Mhm.
it. And so here's what's crazy.
Oh.
2 weeks ago, when we're celebrating LJ's birthday, even though it stresses me out preparing for 3 birthdays that's in 10-day period of time, I'm like, I just like to give, I like to see the surprise on their face. I like for them to realize like, wow, you noticed this. You like be seen basically.
Oh, yes.
And then Dolores looks at me and says,
love a good
so,
surprise.
so when's the last time you celebrated your birthday? How about I went quiet,
Clock.
clocked my tea.
Thank you.
I was just like, and literally, I
Mm.
just knew I had an answer for her, but nothing came up. Nothing came up.
Yeah.
And I was
I
like-
remember what the last thing was, but you didn't do it. I planned that.
That's what I'm saying. But she asked me when's the last
Yeah,
time.
you ain't do jack.
I don't know. It just kind of feels weird.
Yeah.
But then I said, I was like I'm gonna be 55 in December,
55.
so I might do something.
You got to do something. Deanna's gonna do an old joke. Let's hear it. One thing about it, I'll be waiting for Deanna to do an age joke, man. I'm like,
Listen,
y'all old.
Deanna don't want me to get on to her.
But
ageism is not allowed.
That's why I was proud of Sydney for planning her 30th, because Sydney. She honestly, out of the three of us, she's the worst. Like, Sydney does not like to like plan stuff. She doesn't want to. She's like,
no, she likes to plan stuff. She don't like to plan stuff for herself.
So I'm saying, like, for a birthday, she doesn't want to. She'll just like let it pass. She'll just like let it fly. She may do like a dinner or just something with her friends. But the fact that she planned a trip and wanted to plan a trip, I was proud of her. She was like, I don't want to let my 30s just pass me by. And I'm like, you know what? Good job, Sydney.
Yeah, I was proud of her for that.
Because we will just let something just pass right on by.
Yeah, like, and I will too.
Like, well, we're just fine. It doesn't matter.
I didn't even clock it till she asked me that question. Like, just gotta do better.
So what's that about? What are we letting things pass by for? Because all three of us do it, actually.
Let me just say this. I want to be free. I want autonomy of my time.
Autonomy.
Right? That the essence of it is having my freedom. My autonomy, yes.
This is interesting because I can be like that in some ways and not like that in other ways, but I'm getting more like that, like when I get stuff I want. But I had this conversation with Sakina and Val because you were saying, like, okay, if it comes to specifically like a certain food or just something that I'm like craving or whatever, you were like, Shari, you never, ever don't like forego like the thing that you want to go ahead and, yes, you were like, you never do that. Never. And I was like, no. Or you asked me one time, you were like, if you ever crave something, do you ever not go get it? I said, no, I'm going to have it every single time. And you were like, so you don't just like, what if you don't? And I'm like, no, like never. And I was telling them, I was like, I don't know what it is. Like when it comes to that, I'm just like literally, why not? Like, why would I not? If I can, if I say, oh, I want like this for dinner, it's like the simplest thing. We're talking about dinner. We're talking about I have to eat today regardless. Yeah. And if it's 45 minutes away and I would like want to go get it, I'm gonna drive and go get it. Cause I'm like, that's what I want to do. But I thought it was interesting when like those times where you'll be like, Shari, so you don't ever da-da-da. And I'm like, no. And I sometimes wonder if that goes with, if that couples into that. But I get it because in other ways, like I don't always even think about what's possible for me to get because my mind wasn't even there in the first place. So like, oh my gosh, what was it that somebody was like, you can like hire somebody to do that. Like there are people who do that and like that's a service you could pay for. And I was like, oh yeah,
you told me about that.
I know, and I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was like a couple different things, but it's like my mind isn't even there to think about, oh, there's somebody who could do, because in my head I'm thinking like, okay, Shari, so when are you gonna like learn how to do said thing and figure it out and you're gonna just build out the whole thing and blah blah blah. And it's like, well, no, Shari, like you don't have to reinvent the wheel like there, but my mind isn't there to think about somebody can do it or I can pay somebody to do it.
That's so deep because I'm just thinking about what Deani had said earlier. Like sometimes you don't even know, like you don't know what you don't know.
You're just not there.
And your mind's not there. And it has a lot to do with upbringing. I know for me, like my mom was always, the thing about my mom, she didn't have a whole lot of money, but when she did purchase something, it was quality. Yeah. It was always like really good and it lasted a long time. And so I just remember like, don't be, the message is, don't be wasteful. The things that you do spend money on, make sure it has value. And I appreciate those lessons, but what I have understood now at my age is I never really leaned into my wants.
You took it to the nth degree, and that's what it is. Like you just let the pendulum swing all the way over there, and there was no reprieve. Like there, and I get it because I like do that.
It just seemed like it worked because that was like being a good person. You're not wasting. You're thinking about other people.
Yeah, and and you know who like doesn't do that? It's
the way you said it. You know who doesn't do that?
Because when I see it in them, I'm like, yeah, we are different in that way. Your husband and your son, everything that he thinks of that he wants to go and do and make happen, he does it that day. Not even just that day. In 30 minutes, he's leaving. He's getting dressed just as he thought of it.
You're right.
You'll talk to LJ. Yeah, for my birthday, I want a shopping spree party. Da-da-da. We're like, shopping spree? He's saying stuff. We're looking at each other. I'm like, Mom, did you hear what LJ just said? He want like, we're just like.
Yeah, that is so true.
But they are so like, and we're like, huh?
They are so like it's possible. LJ,
he ordering salmon.
Jimmy gets a pass because Jimmy works.
Like
Jimmy in the middle. Jimmy's had life experiences, so Jimmy can say he want whatever he want. I'm good with it. LJ he's pretty much now like the only child.
Yeah.
So
7 years old ordering salmon. That's why in our head we were like, now what? Because if you don't get like a
wait,
chicken
there are
tender-
burgers and chicken tenders on the menu.
Yeah, and you ordered
You want the salmon and salad?
But he don't have literally. And I'm like, what little kid? But he don't have limiting beliefs like that in that way. He does not think about stuff like that.
Shari, you have said it.
Because neither one of them do.
And I have actually been on that tip of, because sometimes with other things, like I'll tell Jimmy, I'm like, Jimmy, that's a limiting belief. Like he'll be like, I forgot what it was.
Because he has it in other ways.
In
Both
other
of them
ways.
do in other ways.
It could be as simple as like, what are we having? Hot dogs. Do we have any hot dog buns? No. So we can't have hot dogs. What are you talking about? Yeah. We can eat it with bread. We can put it on
that bread. What? As a matter of fact, it's going to be maybe even better on that bread.
Yeah. But it's like, I'm like, or even the chili. Remember the chili?
Oh my gosh. Beangate? Oh my gosh. Chili-gate? I'm sitting in there. I'm like, this has to be a joke.
I'm going to laugh at it now. We might as well tell them because I'm sure they're wondering.
Okay.
I made some chili.
Right.
And it was good. And you know how you make a big pot of stuff. And usually the chili don't last. Like everybody eats it. But Shari was out the house, so we didn't have an extra person eating. But you were visiting that day.
I was visiting, I think.
And so I was like, oh, we can have chili dogs. For those of you, we ain't eating hot dogs all the time, but every now and then.
Because it's funny how often it's come up.
Just a couple of times, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because it was spaces of time.
Literally.
And I actually just use this as an example.
Yeah, I'm like, but all right.
But all right, let's rock.
Yeah.
And so I was like, ooh, it'd be good to do this chili on these hot dogs as opposed to like canned chili.
As opposed to heating up canned chili. You were like, oh, we're going to use the chili for the hot dogs.
So it was my night to cook. So I'm just like, babe, I don't know if you're hungry still, but I got these hot dogs and the chili.
It was leftover chili.
Leftover, the chili to put on it. And he's just kind of like, I mean, what are you talking about? Like, what chili? I'm like, this chili right here. He was like, that's not chili. I'm like, yes, it is. Like, I made the chili and it's right there.
Chili don't have beans. Chili don't have beans.
Chili don't have beans.
Chili don't have beans.
Some chilies have
chilies have beans.
Some chili does not.
Doesn't have beans.
This one doesn't have beans. He was like, but you're saying that you're going to put chili and that's not. I said, Jimmy, just because it's not in that can doesn't mean it's not chili. And it was at that point I realized that's a limiting belief.
It is, because we were like, why can't a chili have beans that go on a hot dog? Like both of us were like, that's not too crazy.
Right.
That's not
Matter
too
of fact,
crazy.
when it's a chili cook-off, 9 times out of 10, you're going to see beans in every pot.
I'm like, I want to say something like, I want to say that we said something like, if you go to a chili cook-off, I want to say something like that came up.
But I know I said something funny, sarcastic.
I think I had ended up chiming in because I was like, well, no, because, okay, when we would get the Hormel chili, right? If there is like no beans in it, it'll say chili, no beans.
Yes.
But I was like, if it was universally understood that chili just never has beans, it would just say chili.
That.
But if they have to they have to differentiate, of course, there's an understanding that some people may think of chili with beans, some people may not.
And I really don't like the canned chili. Like I just had it because it was
it looks like cat
dog
food, dog food. Yes, like the wet food. But it was just like he was or the cake gate at Publix. Why wouldn't you just get 2 cheesecakes or 2 yellow cakes? And you were like, I mean, because it's more than one way to skin a cat. I don't know. Like you were like, people can have options,
some people
or they
might
couldn't.
want cheesecake and some people might want this. But it was just 2 different.
Yeah.
In his mind, he was just thinking of it as, here's what he was thinking. Get 1 cake so that there's enough of this cake for
everybody to have.
I'm thinking there's enough sweets for everyone, whether they're eating cheesecake.
You were just thinking variety, and that really was all there was to it. Because even when he said, well, why wouldn't you just get like 2 of the same thing? And you were like, I mean, we could. Like you even were like, well, sure, but I mean, we're just gonna do this.
In those situations, like I had to learn over the years, there were times where I'd be like, did I do something wrong?
Mom, no, literally. Because I remember being in there and I was like, wait, why we gotta get 2 of the same thing? I'm like, we can't just get 2 different cakes. Like,
and with the chili, I know this when I started being petty. I was like, LJ, how's the chili and hot dog?
Yeah.
He's like, it's good. I said, oh, it's delicious.
And I'm sitting there laughing in the corner.
Oh my gosh. How did we get there?
Because we were talking about how in some ways they do have limiting beliefs, but in some ways we have them. Like when I was saying LJ ordering the salmon, but what I was gonna say is I at least
Wow.
appreciate, like, as small as that could seem, we will like discuss it. Like we will talk about it because I think it became like okay, that's weird. Like a 7-year-old ordering salmon like that. I mean, who kids just usually get. But then we were like, I mean, I guess he could order salmon. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, I guess he could order
Mhm.
salmon. Like,
At the time, my coins were ready for burgers
and
and
chicken
tenders.
tenders and fries.
Because it was like, that
Yes.
was like somebody's birthday party at the last minute. We
Mhm.
already had to get the gift
Yeah.
and all this. And I'm just like,
And then we were just like, okay, I guess. Like,
salmon?
I guess there's nothing technically wrong with it.
Yeah,
We
there was
just
nothing
weren't
wrong with
there.
it.
But yeah,
And so,
they always
like,
think about
but
what
what
they
you
want.
guys just said to me, like, I'm really digesting that because that just really puts some things in perspective for me
Yeah.
as it relates to my relationship with wants. But here's what's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I love shopping, like clothing shopping, shoes. I will get what I want. And I think that's why it was always maybe hidden from me.
You do it more now.
No, but even I
In
do
the
it more now. But even in
past,
the past, like people know, like I'm a shopper in that. Like I will find
but
some
let
nice
me like
stuff.
differentiate. It would be like one based off of like other things, perhaps. Like, for example, you're like, I'm singing on praise team. We got to have this color. I don't have this dress. It's alumni. Let me get a such and such. It may be like based on another circumstance. Maybe if you see some other stuff, there's a clearance. Yes, yes, yes. You love a clearance. Like it may come as a result of something else. Like there's always an impetus.
But I've gone every now and then, like, I just want to go shopping because I
More
need some
now,
retail
more
therapy.
now you do it. More now.
It's different
I've been
colors.
buying clothes lately.
You have, oh yeah,
Sakina
you
has
used to do
rubbed
that a
off
lot.
on me
Sakina?
bad. Yes, Sakina is a shopper,
Yeah.
and somehow whatever she got jumped onto me. And I told her I was
Yeah.
like, because I just been seeing stuff and clicking complete purchase lately.
Yeah, but
Like,
I will say this.
but it's
Let me,
also I needed some more
let me
stuff.
save myself just a little bit. Even though I would go to the store with like I need work clothes,
Mhm.
like I am open to, like I see other stuff. I'm like, ooh,
You will,
ooh,
because
this
you'll
is
tell me, you're
cute.
like,
Ooh,
Shari, you have to get stuff because you'll be the one to look up and say, I don't have anything. And I'm like,
That's
and you're
right.
right.
You just have to have stuff.
That's why I started
But
getting stuff. Because I started realizing when I
Mhm.
started getting stuff, oh, when something comes up, I do have something to
yeah.
wear.
But I think my takeaway is as both of y'all were telling me about myself, I do have to change my perspective about my
Perspective.
wants because
Yeah.
it can hold me back because like your body tends to move in the direction that your mind is focused on. Like
Do.
if my mind is not like this is what you want, you know exactly what you want, move in this
Mm-hmm.
direction. But if there's any hesitation because whether I think I don't deserve it or never thought it was possible,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? That can hold me
Yeah.
back.
It literally
And
will.
with the whole, thing with moving and stuff, like I always knew I would move. I just thought I would move in a different place. Like
Yeah.
so that became possible to me. The other thing
Yeah.
was just a different lifestyle, it's just like it's not something that I would have signed up for.
Yeah, you have to like get used to it. You have to like adjust into it. It's like,
Well, and that's part of my personality type.
oh,
I'm a high C. I'm cautious. So I'm
yeah.
very, but I have to
Child is
manage
some
my
child.
cautiousness
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes
I be
in being
cautious.
cautious, I could be missing out on something
Mm-hmm.
that I probably would have been able to appreciate had I just leaned into it more.
Yeah.
So it really is something now that I'm aware of it, I'm constantly checking myself on it. Like, okay, Rachel, are you focused too much on this?
Mm-hmm.
Focus is my thing.
Yeah. Also, I realized it's coming with that because Valicia kind of like checked me on it and like thank God for good friends.
Hmm.
Does your cautiousness sometimes come with like running it by a bunch of people?
Some things,
Because
some things.
I think I've looked at it in the past as like, oh, you run things by people because like, it's good to get perspective and it's so great. But on the flip side of it, you just looked at that message that he sent.
My husband needs to stop
I know.
because
Um,
what he's not gonna do is force this relationship.
I'm telling you, he did the same thing when I was 15. He did the same thing.
He did with you?
Yeah, he was like,
Oh, I'm
that's your boyfriend. Whole time I'm like, he had me to be a
Well,
girl.
I'm glad he did that because part of me was thinking that he was being partial.
Because I'm like, no,
I was thinking he was being partial because LJ was a boy, and I'm like, hold up now.
please, no. You know what's so funny?
Hold up now.
You know what's so funny? This entire time you've been staying on top of that low key. it's not like you said it out loud, but you've been staying on top of that. You're like, and let me make sure that it's actually happening the same way and that we're not just doing this because he's a boy. Like, please. But no, yeah, he was
because
actually the same way.
That's not his girlfriend yet.
Right. And but he's like that. He never cared. We both said, like, when it comes to dating, he's the one that don't like care for real. And you would think he would. And he's like all excited
Jamia's
all the time.
Excited. Jamia just dropped a
of course.
excitement
But what was I finna say? Oh, running it by people. It's like, okay, yes, get different perspectives, but I started to lean on it too much, like as a crutch. Like I need to run it by people or else. And when I was thinking
confirmation,
about yes,
people pleasing.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, but I just need to hear something else. Oh, what if I, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It makes you sometimes not trust yourself as much.
I agree.
And Felicia kind of checked me because when I was thinking about like moving to New York for a month, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna like ask like so and so, and Felicia was like, actually, you don't get to talk to anybody else about that. You're gonna have to decide for yourself. And I was like, oh, okay, ate me up. Like I don't get to talk about it anymore.
But I can
like,
tell.
But I understood it when she said it.
I can tell that you have been more conscious of like doing things and not necessarily seeking approval. And I think it's important. That's a whole thing. Like as your mom, like even though, you know, and I'm one of those people that you would seek approval from. Like you would ask me, and not even just approval. Sometimes you just wanted my opinion.
Well, because you have good judgment. So it's like, of course and that's something I'm going to continue to just ask you stuff because it's like, you are one of those people who have good judgment. You got to have them people who you go and ask and bounce stuff off of. Because sometimes I just be moving too fast and I'm making the decision because I'm moving so fast.
That's so true.
I'm like, well, Mom, I have to do this or else, and you're like, so breathe. That actually doesn't even happen until next year. So and I'm like, oh, like you'll just say one factual thing.
I'll just put things into perspective.
You'll put it into perspective. But yeah.
I'm like, Shar, you don't have to make that decision right now.
Right. But I be overly cautious and it manifests sometimes in like seeking out different perspectives, which is a positive thing. But it's like it can turn into like a not positive thing if like every single decision you're like, hey, everyone. Like,
because now the question is, do you trust yourself?
Right.
And if you don't trust yourself, why don't you?
Right.
If you pulled up my disc or hers?
I put them both.
Oh, you know what? Wait.
Going off
it's scary when you're low-key therapist. I mean, we have therapists, but clearly she's ours too. Can quickly pull up your disc assessment.
I know.
So now that you're looking, go ahead and give us your assessment.
Shar's D is way, I mean, it's a 17, it's down to the ground. So her decision making, like, it takes her a lot longer to make a decision. But the reason why she would ask more people is because you're high, and you wouldn't, because you're high political. So you're fine with making, you know, like even though it might take you longer to make the decision, it needs to be yours. Whereas Shar's a high altruist and she's also high, you know, individualistic, but like she wants to make sure that her decisions is gonna fare well for everybody.
And that's why I'm afraid of jury duty. That's why. Because I cannot have that responsibility. You saying that, I'm like, I'm actually so glad because I don't know why I be thinking about jury duty so often and why I can't do it. Like honestly, I have that thought pretty often. Like it can come
never knew that, Shari.
Like,
you're sitting around here thinking about jury
probably
duty?
more than the average person about why I can't do jury duty. I think it's because whenever there's any kind of court case, that has to be what it is. That's why. It's not just random. Whenever there's any kind of court case and like people are making decisions, there could be proof, whatever, and I'm always like, how do you know? You know what I mean? Like, unless you were there to see. And it's like, of course, we got to have some kind of system. We got to have some kind of process. And yes, like you see something is proved 1000%, you know, but because there's always something in me that's like, and what if I just ended up making the decision to send the person and everything pointed to they didn't, or like,
what if they didn't do it and I was part of sending them to jail?
That makes me sick to my
prison for the rest of their lives, changing their lives.
Yes, because even just the idea of people, the fact that there are people in jail right now for things they didn't do, that's a thought that makes me sick pretty often. That's another thing that I can think about pretty often. That makes me sick. I actually can't think about it too much because I'm like, oh, I'll literally like, because then I'm like, oh, it's happening to me. Whole time I'm in my house free. You know what I mean? Like I'll start to take it on.
Wow.
But that is literally why. Because it's like the thought of that, like I cannot make those kind of decisions.
So you would be in a quandary because jury duty is like part of your civic duty.
I'm gonna have to say something to like get me out. Like I'm gonna have to say something to be like, oh no, she has to go.
They'll probably end up asking you a question that you're gonna be so resolute about the answer that they're gonna be like,
yeah,
all right, she's a
I'm gonna be
goner.
like, everybody black, I'm letting them free, like something like that. Like it would have to be. They would just have to. I would have to get out of there. But you know what? I probably actually naturally would, because once I'm like feeling something and I'm like, yeah, I actually can't get off of that. Like y'all gonna have to send me home.
It's been great.
It's been so great.
It's been
Thank
nice.
you.
Thank you.
You know, and
but I really have to go.
I do have to go. I do have to go. I'm not gonna be able to get my mind off of that, and I have to leave. And they probably would send me home.
Wow. Hopefully, because
yeah.
if not, you would be something during that whole case.
Hung jury, because we're gonna be sitting there for a minute. Hung jury because of me. I already know everyone's hating me.
There's
everyone's
this one girl in there.
I'm sorry,
who will not budge.
I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all gonna be hating me.
So you could never be like a lawyer.
No.
Or a judge.
No, and it's funny because I feel like people would maybe like think that, because I like love to advocate on somebody else's behalf. Like I'm the one that's gonna be like, so let me just say real quick on behalf of so and so, because
let me
I feel
tell
like
you
they weren't able
something.
to like articulate.
Both you and Sydney are advocators.
At what?
It started with Sydney. I'm like, Sydney, you need to be a lawyer because you be coming to everybody else.
I remember when you used to say that.
Oh, but drive me bananas.
I'd be ready to be like, but wait, but I don't think they were able to explain it so clearly. So let me just say, but I don't think I could do it. I can't be that close to it. It's too close for me. It's too close. It's too real.
You'd be sensitized to it.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I mean, that makes sense.
Like, oh my gosh.
Because I don't think about it as much as you do, but I used to like think, like the thought of somebody behind bars and they didn't do anything wrong.
It feels like it's happening to me. I was never able to watch When They See Us, and I still won't. It literally will
I
feel
had
like
to get myself together, but I had such a huge interest in it, especially when I was teaching forensics, and I was telling the kids about it. And so when they came out with When They See Us, I was like, oh, tell me more. And that breaks my heart. I was sick watching it.
That's horror to me. That's a horror movie to me. Show. Yeah, it really is. Like that's the kind of stuff like sick for months, like can't eat, just can't do it. And but you always knew that about me with like seeing certain stuff, watching certain stuff, taking certain things.
You kind of get that from me. You just were more.
Yes.
You just were more.
It just gets.
You know how like with me and my trypophobia, and they kept putting that thing on social media.
I was telling somebody about that the other day for you, and I was like, no, y'all don't understand. Like it was bad for her.
And I could not go to sleep.
Mom, I forgot who I was telling about it, but I remember like trying to explain it as seriously as possible because I wanted them to like understand just how bad it was for you. I'm like,
speaking
you don't
on
understand.
my behalf.
Honestly, yes. I was like, she was troubled. Like you don't get it. She was sick.
Because
like,
every time I opened my Facebook, it was on there. And then I didn't know till later on you can put hide.
Mom,
I would have been hidden it because it kept coming up.
And I've always understood you, but I feel like that was one of the times where I just understood you more than ever. Wow. And I hope that it came across that I did.
Oh yeah, you were very.
I wanted you to feel it because the way you were speaking about it, I'm like, this is me to my core. And when that happens, I just need somebody just right there getting it. And I said, I hope I can
not
be that
judging
for her
you.
Yeah, I'm like, I hope she knows that I know how extreme it is.
That was during Once Upon a Timer.
That was during Once Upon a Timer.
That was your sophomore summer?
Was the best summer of our life.
Was that the summer before your sophomore year or after?
It was after the summer after sophomore year.
We were watching Once Upon a Time.
Yes, we were always
and
like,
I remember I was trying to watch it
like,
to get my mind off of it.
Mom, you would come to me and you're like, sorry. And I'm like, no, it's fine. Like, tell me. Because I'm like, in my head, it didn't matter if it was like 5 a.m. and you came knocking on my door. I'd be like, and let's wake up and watch something because I know the feeling. Aww. Remember when I was younger and you'd be like, Shari, why are you like melancholy all of a sudden? Like, what's going on? It was always something random that I saw or took in, and I would be sick to my stomach as a kid.
And you know what?
I just know that
that's
feeling
why that's why I was a protective overview with some stuff. And sometimes people would be like, almost as if they're thinking like I'm being the protective mom or nothing. Like when the cousins came and they wanted to watch scary movies. First of all, we weren't even doing scary movies.
And
And so they did it, and I'm like, I know Shari. She's gonna be thinking about this for days, weeks, months even. You know,
could even be a year. Let it come back up, and all of a sudden my day is ruined again. Like I have to be so far removed from stuff, and you knew that because you knew me.
Yes.
And I'm glad you did, man, because I'm like, oof, could have been worse.
Yeah,
you know?
but I'm just glad that, I mean, I don't know if you still have those moments.
Yes, as an adult. That's
Is it
how I
as
know.
intense?
Yes. Now, of course, there are things that maybe could have got to me as a kid that won't get to me as an adult. But now there are just new adult things that could, not even adult things, there are just new things that I could see that could have me sick to my stomach, see, here, and it's like I can't shake it. And you know what I can't stand? If it's something fictional, when people will be like, especially with a scary movie, they'd be like, well, it's not real. Don't piss me off. Because actually, who said anything about real versus fake? Who even said that?
Right.
It doesn't even matter. I'm seeing.
It's about the effect that it has on you.
Yes. Whether it's real or not, that's like not the criteria.
Well,
like,
it kind of like goes back to like just even the way something doesn't have to be real for your brain to take it in a certain way.
Thank you. I'm still seeing it and experiencing it. I don't know. Like, I still feel it in a different way. I don't know. It doesn't sit right in me. So I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
It just doesn't sit right.
I was feeling that way, but it was.
Oh, wow. Because I'm just thinking about stuff like that. And I'm like,
you're almost feeling it right now.
Yeah. It's like I have a visceral response. Like, I don't want to feel sick for days. So it may seem in the moment like I'm being extreme, but it's like I have to be. I'd rather be extreme now than be sick for days.
Is that them letters? I guess.
And it could be because part of it is I don't forget things either.
Speaking of those letters, are you still going to do the
yeah.
thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you excited about that?
It's well, actually, yes. I was gonna say I don't know if excitement is a feeling. I just want to know something. Like I don't even have
the reason why I said excited. I don't know about you, but like, and it's so funny how some people are like, the thought of therapy is like yuck. I always was excited about it, although it's not always easy. But to me, I feel
I
like
know what you mean.
I'm yet closer to figuring out who I am.
Yeah.
And how I'm wired and why I respond a certain way. So that's why I'm wondering if like for
I
you,
feel you on
like
that.
it's been years, like you're about to be 27.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering like, is this finally like the pinnacle of like, wow, I finally, because this is what ends up happening. You feel seen.
I was going to say, I actually will say excited is the word because like maybe I can start going to bed. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I am excited because I want to know something. I don't even really have desired outcome because it's like, okay, I don't know. Like,
yeah, you don't know. You're open to what it's going to be.
Know.
I just didn't know if you were like ready to just be, because like how you said, you're ready to go to bed. And so like, which sounds weird.
Like you just said, you're ready to go to bed. Yeah.
And it intensified when you got on your own. Like, because when you were home, you'd stay up late. But
yeah, because there's no checks and balances at all. Like, it just makes it worse because there's nobody here to like, it's just me to my devices. And people will tell me, they're like, well, why don't you just get in the bed? I'm like, I wish I would have thought of that. I don't know. I'll do it today just because you said it just now. Like, it's not as simple. It's not as simple as like, let me just go do it.
And even if somebody says it, because I think I noticed it this summer when we were traveling and you would just be up and like, I'm thinking you're going to go to bed anytime. Like it'd be late. It'd be 1, maybe 2 in the morning. And I'm going to bed at this point and you're still up. And I'm like, wow, she is up.
Just camped out in the bathroom.
So something just shifted because it was not always to that degree.
Yeah. It's like as I get older and as things change, it always moves to something else. It just manifests itself in the same way, but in a new medium.
Through a new medium.
Wow. But it's always the same thing. So it's like, we gonna see what's really tea.
Yeah, it's gonna help you self-manage better.
Yeah. Yeah.
When's the last time you've had a break?
Oh, I had one, not like by accident, but I like naturally had one recently. Cause where was I? Maybe because I was traveling. Whenever I travel, I end up having more of a break because I'm not like on my phone when I travel that much.
You're busy filming or interacting.
I'm either filming or interacting. Like I'm not really scrolling for real, unless it's the end of the night and I'm like, oh, let me turn on something and like do my hair routine and brush my teeth or whatever. But that's typically when I have a break.
Wow.
Like when I went to New York, I had a break from it because I was out with the people. I was out like all day.
And the only other thing about it that gets me, I'll never forget, I went to this school, I was shadowing the assistant principal. As a matter of fact, it was Chapel Hill High School. And at that time, they probably still got that rule. Kids are not allowed to have phones out. Period. It ain't no, like, I can have it when I'm passing through class and I could look down at my phone, see if I got any messages. At all.
That's probably the best for them.
And I remember I was there the whole day and those kids were in that cafeteria. And I felt like it was 1985.
I love that.
I love that for them. Like they were talking, they were laughing.
I love that much.
They weren't showing each other videos. They were just talking about stuff.
I love that.
And going into the classrooms, pretty much all the kids are listening They were engaged.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Ooh, everybody should do that.
This is how it used to be.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are plenty of teenagers who'd be so mad at you for that.
They've got to have a break.
Because they don't realize, especially while they're in school, what they need. Like, you want to be on your phone? Yes, it is entertaining. Yes, you can find all kind of stuff. But you can get so much more in this moment by interacting with your environment, your teacher, the other students.
Especially during those years. Specifically.
And as much as technology can help with creativity, depending on how you engage with it, 1000%. It can also stifle your creativity. When you're forced to sit and talk and whether it be play games, and to be honest with you, I'm anytime I'm in those kind of situations, I really do thrive. I really do enjoy that.
Yeah.
You say, yeah, why are you looking like that? Because you're remembering?
No, because I get that. Like, I get you on that.
And it would be nice, especially for the generation who, especially Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha, like, nobody in that generation ever will know anything differently. But, like, to expose them to, I don't know if you were, no, I don't think you were with me, but when I used to be over the youth at the church, and we came to Georgia, and we were out in the middle of nowhere, in the woods. And first of all, we didn't get a signal. The kids were freaking out.
What is this?
This was a youth retreat.
Oh.
That was when we did paintballing and all that, but you weren't there.
Was this when JD's shoe got sucked off his?
No. That's because.
Were you there?
You remember the story? She probably remember the story. That was one of the scariest things. Like, his foot could, like,
Sister
thank God it
was
sucked
like,
his shoe off. Because that would have been his whole foot going into the grooves of the escalator.
Why would you say grooves? Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I didn't know grooves was going to freak you out.
Tell your story, man.
Oh my God. You see what I have to go through, people?
Tell your story.
Anyway, we were out in the middle of nowhere, and it didn't take long for the kids to realize we have no signal.
Please.
They were freaking out. But before you know it, we started playing Kill or Be Killed.
We did tell me about that.
Mafia.
I love Maf.
And they had a ball.
Let me tell you something.
What?
Mafia is a drug for you. Okay. You come alive in a different way when you get to be the narrator for Mafia. There's a sparkle in your eye. There is a different beast that you become when you get to narrate Mafia.
Kev on stage in them, they call it werewolf. But it's the same.
Oh yeah, I've
game.
heard it being called werewolf.
But yeah,
it is
you
so
know what
fun
it is?
to watch you narrate Mafia. I'm like, honestly, the game for me is I could just be watching. I'm like, hey, like that's the game for me. Please.
Because first of all, and I don't know if you remember this because you had me for forensics, but to me, when you are involved in something like that, it's an experience.
Oh.
And so even when I was teaching, it's an experience.
Mom.
So if I'm giving, do you remember I would give like scenarios of something, a crime?
Mom,
I'm all into it.
You'll be like,
okay,
someone has died. Like you literally would go into full character.
And then because it was like, it's usually, they call it problem-based learning.
Mm-hmm.
I would be like, Douglas County Police Department.
Yes.
Here's their police report.
You make it relevant to where we live.
Yeah, that's problem-based learning. They feel like it's real. You're solving a real problem. She was found in her apartment at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
All we know is that her boyfriend came over. He was found walking out at 1.
Yes.
And it's like, dun, dun, dun. The kids are
like literally pins and needles.
I need you to find the cause of death, the matter of death. Was he... if you think it was him, what was his motive? And then outside
of school, we had that game night. First of all, we were running it. Oh yeah. You were doing the narration. I was in the Mafia, and if I'm in the Mafia, Mafia's winning the game. Period.
That's right.
Do you remember? I was making literally every single decision to the point where when you were like, "Okay, Mafia, open your eyes." They're looking at me, and I'm like, that one must go. Like I be knowing when to kill somebody from the Mafia. Like you're narrating, I'm like, we're running it.
What's funny is when you mess with husband and wife. Because I remember that time. I think it was Corinthia and her husband, and it was Jason Patrickson and his wife, and he was Mafia. And one of them, they were like, "You were Mafia this whole time." They were so mad at them, and I'm like, "Remember, this was a game." They were just doing what they were supposed to be doing.
Good.
But I said all that to say, like, I think that's why I enjoy game night so much.
Yeah.
Because it's like
it gives community down.
But you know what's crazy
Love
about
it.
that
Oh,
about
it
me?
always goes back to community.
This goes back to me and how I be thinking.
Okay.
On a random like Tuesday or Wednesday night, I'm not thinking about playing games.
You're not. Yeah.
Matter of fact, you asked me to play Uno. I'm like,
Mom, literally, you'll be like,
I would do it
just
for
was working
Jimmy.
myself to sit on the
I used to do it for
couch,
Jimmy
like-
because it's like he likes to spend time. He
Yeah,
likes to feel like we're doing
yeah.
something. But it's the last thing on my mind.
Of course
But
it is. Of course it is.
when it's an event, let's go.
Oh.
It's a competition.
Because in my head, personally, I should never lose a game. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I'm on the winning team. When it comes to our family, I think we're all like that. Actually, like me, you, Jimbo, LJ.
Right.
Like if we're going, and LJ's the worst. LJ actually really thinks he should never lose a game. Like even if he never played before,
Yeah, he
has,
had to
like,
learn though. He learned how we
yes.
do.
But when we go into something, I can tell in our head we're like, so we're winning, right? We're playing as a formality, but we know we finna win.
But
Okay,
we all know
great.
we're winning. Remember when we went to
What?
LJ's Black
Oh,
History
man.
Night?
Oh yeah.
And they had a program, and then while some people were at the program, the rest were like walking through, and we went in through, and they had a game.
Yeah,
It was
and
me,
we
you, and
ran
Jimbo.
it, and we ran it, and then that's when I realized. I said, "Oh, see, y'all don't got that dog in y'all like that," and I could tell because the way they're not even talking trash. Like people are answering stuff, they're quiet, and we're like, "Yeah, da da da." We're looking at everybody.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Y'all don't play a game?
We're
right
high
now?"
fiving.
Like, yes.
And literally the rest of them are looking like,
And I'm like, "Y'all don't," and I'm like, "No, we're winning."
I'm like, y'all can sit around here and lose this game if y'all want to.
Thank you.
I'll take Black Sayings for 500.
Hey, and let's run it.
Let's run-
we like we went in, we're like,
Yeah.
oh, so it's game night. Thank you. Let's go. And everybody else is just
Yes.
like, and I'm like, no, that's our family kind of thing.
It is.
we
But
don't
you know
play behind
what?
a game.
The host was
But
loving
that's why
it.
we win though.
Because we were engaged
We're
and we were having
engaged.
fun with
We're having
everybody
fun.
else.
We're having fun.
Oh
That's why
my
we be winning and
goodness.
stuff, child.
Let me tell you something. Y'all done got me thinking about all kind of stuff.
What do
My
you mean?
wants.
I know,
now
right?
I'm gonna go back and think about like my takeaway is like you can never stop growing. You can never stop learning about yourself.
Yeah.
Like we really are dynamic individuals. Like as much as I love to like learn about myself and I'm watching self-help stuff, there's just always more.
Yes. Do you
to
ever
learn.
wonder if we're like too introspective sometimes? Sorry.
Is there
I just-
such
As you're
I
sitting
almost
there
wanna ask,
talking, I'm like, wow, like if there's one thing that we always
Yanni,
do,
that question. Should give me a minute.
it's just we never, Mom, we don't take no days off from that. I think that's why I'm asking. I don't think there's any day that me and you talk where we don't sit and say, and you know what? And I was thinking about the fact that I do such and such, and I got to really look into that because I feel like that it is every day. It is every day. And we see it in like the little things because actually it does manifest itself in the little things. Like for me, you know how people like everything's not that deep. Like I'm sorry, like most things are deep to me. They just are.
Okay.
Even a small action that I do, I'm like, and I know where that's rooted in actually, and I should like figure that out.
So perhaps
we
it's a
do it
growth
all
mindset
the
that we have.
time.
Is
And
that
I'm
what
like,
it
and is that so wrong? You know what I mean? Like, but
Listen.
sometimes I wonder, I'm like, ooh, and do we like go too far? I don't know.
Oh,
Hey,
so
stop
this
moving too fast.
has
Hey,
been
stop
so
moving
tell
too
me this
fast.
Sundays. I'm Rachel.
And I'm sorry.